Good evening, friends. Today's at this evening session is dedicated to all language lovers. Well, in the series of tenses, we are now continuing present perfect tense. Ask, sir, why is it important to learn present perfect tense? Well, in any spoken English, you know, present tense, particularly present perfect tense, present continuous tense, and present perfect continuous tense can be used frequently. We can use these four tenses frequently in any conversation. If you are creating a dialogue, or if two persons are in conversation, then they are bound to use some sort of sentences belonging to present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. So now, before that, you ask, what is present perfect tense? When an action is completed in the recent present or in the distant present, or it is completed in the immediate past. Either it is completed in the immediate past or in the recent present. Both these actions are said to be the actions of present perfect tense. For example, I have already finished simple present tense and present continuous tense. So I have already finished. See, there is a subject plus has have plus V3 plus subject plus complement. She has already completed her assignment. We have already discussed various chapters of grammar, competitive English. We have already covered various series on spoken English. we have we have just completed present continuous tense, and now we are doing present perfect tense. So when an action has been completed in the recent present or in the immediate past, that action is said to be the action of, like, the train has just arrived. She has written a letter. We have finished our assignment. We have discussed the matter. We have reached the playground. She has already reached the venue. She has already appeared in the exam. She has passed this class. She has prepared for the exam. All these are present perfect tense. Now the question arises, how to identify the cases? So there are expressions. They are known as adverb, which express the actions, or they are also prepositions which are connected with present perfect tense. Like, you can say recently, that is an adverb. Presently, in the present moment. Over the years, in the recent present. Since and for, these two prepositions are often used in present perfect tense. Like, you may ask question, since when have you started teaching present perfect tense? I have just started teaching present perfect tense. Since when have you worked in this factory? You will say, I have worked in this factory since, let us say, 1992. 1992. So you have to put question also and answer also in the present part. The key factor is that you have to use subject plus has or have plus V3 plus subject plus complement in the present perfect tense. So there are other areas, like the the word like yet, still, not yet, recently, in the recent years, over the time, over this year, in the recent past, in the recent decade, over the years, since and for. Wherever you see these words, be sure that there will be present perfect tense. For example, you may ask, since when have you worked on algebra? You'll say, I have worked on the algebra for a month. Yeah. Since have you experimented your project? Well, I have worked on my project since 2005. Well, since when have you been to London? Well, I have been to London since previous year, last year. So like that, you can put question also and you can answer also. But the most important thing in present perfect tense is that there will be past participle V3 form after has or have. And has and Has is always used with third person singular, and have is used with first person, second person, and all the plurals of third person, including second person you also. You have written a letter, he has written a letter, she has written a letter, they have written a letter, देखिए साथ have लगता है. Now the most important point that is about present perfect tense is that it is often used in data analysis. That is very important. The senior class student must learn this. Data analysis actually is used in the case of writing, particularly when some inputs are given, some information is being listed, and you have to write let us say speech on that. Suppose population graph is given, or suppose increasing population graph is given of the country, or literacy graph is given, or let us say the medical facilities or COVID-19 tests are which are being conducted in the different parts of the country are given. Then you have to analyze the data and you have to see how you have to analyze. Always use present perfect tense in analyzing the data. Like you can say, let us take an example of population graph of the country. Now in the year 2005, the population of our country was something like 1.20, 120 crores. Now it has reached to 135 crores. So in the last one decade, there has been an increase in the population of our country, and the population of our country has gone up, present perfect, has gone up rapidly. The way the population has gone up, it indicates that the unemployment must have increased, because the educated youth, the number of educated youth has also gone up, and the facilities have not been in that proportion. So definitely the unemployment problem has also increased rapidly. As a result, certain other sectors have been affected, like the manufacturing sector has also been affected due to growing COVID cases in the country. Due to continuous lockdown, the manufacturing sector has declined. Now they are pacing up, they are now speeding up, but in the last 2 months we have seen there is a gradual decline in the number of manufactured goods, but now they have just compensated. The manufacturing units have also improved over the years. The the production of food grain has also increased substantially. The the growth of the small scale industries have also been very good, and like that you can say that the overall production of the goods has also been satisfactory. So all these are has been satisfactory, has improved, has been under the mark, like that. All these are present perfect tense. Data analysis is one area, and therefore we can say that present perfect tense can be used in data analysis. Other than that, always you can frame dialogue while putting questions to your friend. Like you can always ask question, or in an interview, let us say there is an interviewer and there is a candidate. The interviewer may ask questions in present perfect. Where have you come from? The very simple answer, कहाँ से आप आए हैं? So the candidate will say, yeah, I have come from Jharkhand, or he will say he has come from Punjab, wherever he has come from. Then, have you ever appeared for any interview before? He will say, yes sir, I have appeared for one IS interview. Just before that, I have appeared. Well, what have been your experience in that? Well sir, it has been very wonderful sir. My experience has been very wonderful in the previous competition. It was really wonderful. Well, have you got any idea of this post that you have applied for? Yes sir, I have certain idea about the post I have applied for. But sir, I would like to have some more information about that. Have you ever worked in any industry or factory ever before? Yes sir, I have worked in an industry for a year as a senior manager. Well, have you really faced any concrete problem in your company? Yes sir, I have faced many challenges in the company, and I have sorted out, I have resolved those issues very successfully. So these are the ways you can use present perfect tense substantially and frequently in day-to-day conversation, particularly in facing the interview also and in creating any write-up also. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead. Thanks a lot.